Hi everyone. Hi people on Instagram. Hi people on Facebook. How are you today? Today is a very topic I got requested a lot to ask to talk about it, and it's about relationships. So hope you're all doing great and fantastic. So today I want to talk to you about like how many types of relationships are there in our life and what is our responsibility, how we can stay calm amid challenging situations and relationships. So I will start here when I share with my screen with people on Facebook and YouTube. You can see that. So there are casual relationships, which means the people that you meet on the elevator, people that you meet when you're standing in a line in the supermarket. So this is the first type of relationship that we call it casual encounters. It's not planned. It's people that we may not or may see again, but this is called casual encounters. The second type is like the type when we come with people into physical proximity for a certain time. So they are not relationships that are gonna stay for long, but it's like when you go to school. So you know when you once you graduate, you may or may not see these people. When in a work, if you change your job, then you're not gonna see them again. But you were brought together in physical proximity for a certain purpose for you to evolve. All right, and the most challenging ones and the ones which the ego actually loves are the close and intimate relationships, how they transform from being so loving to being like so hostile. And even our kids, whom we have been praying to have and we love them with all our heart, how come the relationship with them transform from loving them and cherishing them and having fun time with them to like judging them and taking like punishing them? So why is all this happening? So I'm gonna remove this and like, yeah. So why does this happen? Well, this is the area that we have in our that just trying to adjust back the screens. Okay, so there we go. So why do we experience these three relationships, and what can we do about it? So first, encounter relationship, whether it's an encounter one, a casual encounter one, or it is a one which we brought together in physical proximity for a certain time, or a third one which is like the close and family ties and marriage and kids. This is like the one which will as well last with us no matter what. So what is our role in each relationship? So inside us all there are two selves, one with a small s and one with a bigger S. When we understand about ourselves, we know how to handle our relationships effectively. And we become more confident and we become more loving and not judgmental in our relationships. So you have inside you like two wolves are fighting together all the time. One is coming from fear and one is coming from faith. And fear and faith are both believing in something that we do not see, but one is we're predicting the worst case scenario, or we are choosing to see the bad in the other person or like the guilt in them. And faith, and faith is the opposite of that. It's coming from a state of love, coming from a state of understanding, coming from a state of non-judgment, coming from a state of accepting and forgiveness. So they are two different things. One, I am always expecting the worst and focusing on the guilt in others and in myself as well. And the other one is focusing on what's good in the situation, harvesting the good. What is there? Like, how can I shift my perception to see the good in them? So it's your choice. And we understand that it's our responsibility. And like, I honestly was studying the Course in Miracles and I wanted to tear it and break it because it's always putting the ball back towards me. It's putting it back in my lap. So it's all my thing. It's not about them. Sorry, there is some comment here I'm gonna get. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know. I agree with you. I will explain how this has happened because it doesn't happen all of a sudden. It doesn't happen like it's not one step, it's a process. But once you take responsibility that this happened because of me, or like what was my role in it, you know what? People do not understand that by blaming others and complaining and seeing the guilt and focusing on the guilt in them, I am moving myself from my state of power. I am taking my power away, giving it away, and I am moving unconsciously, subconsciously to a victim role. So I'm not condoning what they did. I'm not saying supporting whatever they hurt you with. I'm not talking about that at all. But my concern is that you never like check yourself. Have you ever accused or like humiliated someone or found the guilt or shouted or talked mean about someone else and felt good about yourself? I doubt it, because it's like carrying a sword, like you have a sword which is double-edged. Once I hit you with it, I'm hitting myself at the same time. It will come back to me. It will come back. Once I stabbed you, I stabbed myself as well. And this is not a one-day job. If it's easy to tell you, like, do that, then there wouldn't be a need for courses and for inner work to be done so you can heal instantaneously. It doesn't happen instantaneously. It's a process. And it will keep on coming back to you until you take responsibility and you process it every now and then. Like it's like layers. Once you work with one, you find another one. Once you work with one, you find another one. I myself, out of a personal experience, I thought that I had a situation I forgave, and I found that I did not forgive. And it was causing me torture. So when I'm not forgiving someone, I am like drinking poison and expecting him or her to die. And by wishing them bad, it comes back to me. This is what people do not get, because we're all one. We're all one. You're very welcome, Moher. I'm sorry I do not know how to pronounce your name right, but I really appreciate you, and I'm so happy to have you here. So if you have any other comments, please drop it, and I'm happy to answer it for you, all right? So this is a basic thing that we need to get. So we have a choice. Like we're the only creatures who are given the power of choice. And what a gift. And some people see it as a curse, but it's a gift, because I can choose to think, see the good in him or in her. I can choose to focus on what's good in the situation. If my belief is everything is happening to me, why this is happening to me, why is this why, and you're subconsciously are living in a victim mode. Hi King, hi Fauzi, I miss you so much. Oh my goodness. Love to see you here. Thank you for joining. Oh my God. So it's always a choice. And this does not mean that you have less responsibility. You have way more responsibility, because taking 100% responsibility for the results we have in our life is kind of scary. It's kind of fearful, because we are all used to that, and we don't understand that it's easier to blame and point my finger at others, to blame the circumstances, to blame the economy, to blame my boss, to blame my colleagues, my co-workers, my husband, my kids. It's easier to blame someone than to take the full responsibility for what I'm getting in my life as results. Because people do not take the time to study themselves, and self-development is an option, but I see it as a necessity, because the more you study yourself and you understand how we operate, the more you are in charge of your life, and you create better results, way better results in your life. So, for example, if you're having a problem with someone and then you see and you understand that this is because of your thinking, you would be like, I want to break this. What the heck? They are me, and they are the ones who are doing this. Like, they are wrong, I am right. You would want to break it. You don't want to do it. But there is no peace. There is no peace in expecting them to change. There is no peace in waiting for them to change, and for not taking the responsibility to do your work. Because people get in touch together, like we are here, each one has a designed curriculum. We are all having a curriculum. Each one has a special one tailored to him. So some people would tell me, I don't want my kids to do my mistakes. Well, you had your curriculum and they have their curriculum. You have to learn certain, they have certain lessons passing on. So make sure when we pass on our wisdom, not our wounds. Sorry, I have one more comment here. Oh, everything is in the... That's very true, and is very challenging. And the people who master their mind are the people who master their life. Because once you mastered your thoughts, because I cannot tell you can be 100% responsible for the thoughts that's flowing in your mind, because it's between 60,000 and 70,000 thoughts per day. And that's a lot. That's a lot to process, and that's a lot to be aware of them. So once you are aware of what is causing your torture, then we can really unplug it. You can reprogram that. You can change your thought. If I'm choosing to see the bad and focus on what's wrong with my partner, or what's wrong in the relationship I have, or what's wrong with them, and I am the only one who is feeling wonderful about myself, and everybody else has an issue, then you need to be a billionaire to send all these people to the psychiatrist to get healed, so you feel better about yourself, right? I mean, like, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna wait for long. It's not gonna happen. So you start with yourself, because it's our thoughts that create the images in our mind. Our thought and images creates the feelings in our subconscious, and then we act on that. So I'm focusing on the problem, I will never find the solution. If you're focusing on your debts, you will never make more money to pay for your debts. You will be focusing on the debt. So you will create more debt. But if you focus on how can I create more money, how I can increase my income, what can I do, what is my potential, what areas I can work on, what do I need, like what other things I can do and serve in a better way, then you will get idea that inspire you to do better, to generate more than what you need, so that your debts will be paid on their own. Because you'll be making way more than you're thinking just about the debts. I'm paying the debts, I'm paying the debts. So creating more debts, because debts is what is creating the thinking, and then this is the result you have. But when I change my thinking, I change my results. Not when I try to change other people, not when I try to change my kids. Because this is, I'm sorry, but this is the truth. This is controlling and this is manipulation. What's wrong with me? That's the right question. Well, I don't want you, Ohar, so sorry about the name, but like, I hope I'm saying it kind of right. I will say, oh, okay. So don't take it as beating yourself up. What's wrong with me? No, ask the question, what is my share in creating this? What is my responsibility in this? What was I trying to make myself like ignore? What was I? Because there are always yellow alerts coming along our way, which we choose to ignore to stay in our zone, because it's not comfortable. And I did this exercise with you before when I said, like, cling your fingers together, tie them all and clutch it like this. And then which thumb is on top? Some people would have the right on top. Some people would have the left on top. So I say, do it again, but this time, if you had the right on top, then try to put the left on top and see how does it make you feel. Force it, like put it a nudge down and like put the other one on top. You will feel uncomfortable. So ignoring yellow alerts, ignoring your role, ignoring what you could do in the situation. How can I help how can I lift myself? How can I see the good in this person? Ignoring the yellow alerts create your suffering later on, because you're pushing it away. Okay, so it's not that something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you, but you didn't have the awareness, because we all do the best we can with the awareness we have and the knowledge we have. Nobody wants to wake up and mess other people's life. Nobody wants to wake up in the morning and say, like, how can I screw the world today? How can I, like, you don't, nobody wakes up like that. You do it because you are not conscious, you are not aware. Bringing awareness and understanding will help you to be a better you. So you can, when you deal with others, you come from a place of understanding, you come from a place of love and power with love and confidence, trusting in yourself and in Creator, in God, rather than coming from fear. Because as I said, fear and faith do not mix. You either are coming from a place of fear or you're coming from a place of love. All right. And actually, right now, we're bombarded with negativity around us, but how we feel and what choices we have, what thoughts we pick, how we own our power. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so happy you understand. I'm so grateful for that. So how you own this power and direct it for you, not against you. Because if I have the belief that everybody wants to hurt me, the world is not safe, then this is what I'm going to experience in my life. And it's actually projecting my own thinking. Whereas if I think that everything is happening is for me and life is wonderful and people are so helpful and whatever I want comes to me with ease, it's a different one. Hello, Rania. Thank you for joining. It's a different area. It's a different game. It's a game changer. All right. So I hope this makes sense. So we have three relationships: casual encounters, long lasting ones that are assignments that we have. Yes, my dear, it's true. When you blame others, you take away the power to change. Yes, that really happens. I totally understand that. And the thing is that you take your power away because you step into the victim mode. But people do it without understanding. They don't want to live as if it, because nobody wants to live in torture. Believe me, like, go through your life, no matter how old you are, anytime you held someone guilty and you pointed your finger at them and focused on the bad in them, you caused your own torture, not their torture. They may not be even aware of how you are feeling, because what's inside creates the outside. So sometimes you may I want to change my job. I want to move to a different city. I want to have a different spouse. I want to change something in the outside so I would feel better because I don't feel happy in what I'm in right now. But until you feel okay and happy and confident in the situation you are in right now, then you will bleed your wounds on other people who did not have, like, it's not their fault. That won't be fair. You will bleed your wounds on others who did not create your wounds in the first place. And actually we come together, and because it's like two stones, we rub the edges against each other, especially in long-term relationship that you cannot get rid of, like family, like marriage, like kids. They rub against each other, so to the surface we will become smooth. We needed each other, so each one of us will heal the wounds they have. This person is designed for me to bring up my wounds, and I am designed to bring up his own wounds. But when the two people understand and have an awareness that this is happening, the relationship becomes safe. We understand that his issues is coming or her issues is coming right now, and she's handling them. I am helping in her evolvement. I am participating in her evolvement. But by being judged, by being accused, by being blamed, by, like, you don't feel safe in this relationship, and there is no place to evolve or to grow. And I have two questions I would love. So I want to tell you how we can lift our thoughts, because when I focus on the guilt on you, I focus on the guilt on me and I don't feel good. So in a situation which is challenging for you, and all of us have challenging situations, we all do go through them. I do get it. We need to ask for a higher power. And believe me, it works. The only word you need to say when you are praying, say, I am willing to see this differently. I willingly release my anger. I willingly release my hate. I willingly release my judgment. Please please God, help me see it differently. Because with the change in perception, you are reborn. A relationship that can be reborn. You yourself can feel healing with asking for prayers. So you can say, please remove from my mind and heart the tendency to blame. Please remove from my mind and heart the tendency to judge. Please from my mind and my heart the tendency to hate or to criticize. I am willing to see this situation differently. Please lift my thoughts to see this differently. Because this is when we think that we are not miracle workers. You are a miracle worker. Each one of us has the power to be a miracle worker. When we ask for the guidance to see things differently and to focus on the good. Is it because I'm condoning them? Never, ever. But in holding to the grudges, we are stopping ourselves from our progress in life. And I have two interesting questions. One of them is asking, okay, What if someone is lying to me? Do I face them and confront them, or just I ignore it? Okay. The word me is the big thing in this context, because the sense of the, like as I said, we have a small s self, sense of self, and a bigger capital S sense of self. The bigger S is connected to who we really are, the truth of us, which is connected to love, which is connected to understanding, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, abundance. And the small s is the one which is shaky, which is like always fearful, judging, blaming, hating. So the word me here is connected to the small self. So if you take it like if you question the thoughts, you will feel better. And there is a process for questioning your thoughts. And I can put a link for you for the author who did that. But the thing is that whenever she has a thought, for example, he lied to me, and then it's a meditative process anyway to answer this question. So you have to close your eyes and say, like, did he lie to me? Like, is this true? Is this 100% true? Like, or he always lies to me? Does he always lie to you? Like, because you will find the mind when you say that, and when you go into meditation, like, I mean, like you're thinking and you're closing, shutting down your senses, you will get the answers. That is not true. Could you be 100% that he's totally lying to you? The answer is not always, I'm 100% sure. So he is saying whatever he's saying. Maybe it's not what meets what I want. It's not meeting my expectation. That's another thing. But he told you the truth. He did not lie. He told you the truth. All right. So it's your thinking. Again, your thinking. So the problem is like if you confront someone before doing that, ask, okay, maybe what happened is happening to shake me and wake me so I can discover me and know that I need to rely on me and not on someone else. It's a blessing. Like try to harvest the good in the situation, no matter how hard it is. All right. So it's always your choice, your thinking. Another question was about I have a friend who's always blaming the world. That's a choice she's choosing. And I'm sure she's doing this unconsciously because it's creating the disasters and the problems she has in her life. So when you say like, it was an interesting conversation I had with my kids a few days ago, and we were talking about toxic people and toxic relationships. And the word toxic is kind of judgmental, but there are people, honestly, that when you are around them, you feel your energy is depleted. I said it's like energy vampires. They suck the energy out of you. And on the other side, there are people whom, when you are around, you feel enlightened, you feel happy, you feel they light the room. Like it's so much fun to have them. All right. So there are people who drains you, and there are people who will inspire you. That's very true. But when you are with the people who drains you, you have a choice. You can, as if you are wearing a shield, like whatever they are trying to throw at you, you just like don't let it in. As if you are in a shield, you're covered with a shield, like it's there. It doesn't affect me. I am in another spot. Like it's about them, it's not about me. You can do that if you can. If you cannot, then you need to limit your time with them and not see them as much. You don't have to spend your time with them because they drag you down. And you love yourself. You have to love yourself enough to honor it. Okay, so the way they see the world, you cannot help them see it differently, because many people I used to talk to, you won't imagine how much they fight for their own limitations. They tend to defend their excuses and their blaming, and they protect it as if it's like their treasure, although it's their torture. When they release it, they are free, but they cannot. They don't get it. And understanding doesn't come from listening to a lecture or reading a book. It's the actual application with understanding that's going to create the different results in your life. All right. So for the people whom you think, because lots of people ask me like they are so toxic, and I feel they are toxic people. Well, you are kind of judging them when you're saying that. But I understand that our growth in awareness is layers and levels. So I'm not gonna like say you're not gonna be a Dalai Lama from the first time you read and understand that, so that you can protect yourself against anybody who tells you anything. You still maintain your smile and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that this is not like a process, a one-day process or even a one-year process, But until you are able to maintain this state, then like limit contact with them. Limit contact with them. Like if you don't need hello, hi Casey, love you back. Hello, sweetheart. Sorry, like yeah. Comments. Love to have you. I want to have you here in my comments. Yay, Casey is on screen with me. So I'm happy you took down notes. Well, share them with me then. So that's what I would love to share with you today about the 3 types of relationships. So in every encounter, whether it's a casual one, you can smile at the people in the supermarket, you can smile, you can help someone who is carrying lots of bags. I know now you might say like with quarantine and COVID and we're scared, like, but you can still show your smile. You can still like, your eyes will show like if you're sending you hate or I'm sending you love. So in casual encounters, you have a choice to act from love or fear. In temporary ones, you have a choice to act from love or fear. In long-lasting relationships, which are actually the real assignments we have, the holy assignments we have on earth, because you need to go within and fix your wounds. And these people are in your life to bring your wound up so you can heal it. If they are not there, you won't bring that, because the ultimate goal of our life is to move to our higher self and to move closer to our creator, to God, because God forgives people for what they do, right? He doesn't forgive maybe when in the rights of people between each other. This is something else. But his nature is forgiving. His nature is like he wants the best for you. His nature is that he like you have lots. He give you lots of power and talents over any other creature. So why do you lessen your achievement? Why do you talk down to yourself? And I love the quote from Marianne Williamson, and she was saying, "It's not who we are that's whom we are not that scare us. It's whom we are, because the light in us. People are scared of their success. It's not scared of failure. They're scared to succeed. They are scared like what if I succeed? What I'm gonna do? I cannot handle this. Who's gonna take you put yourself down. You put yourself down. And honestly, like bottom line, you choose. You operate from fear or love. And to operate from love all the time, you need a lot of inner work. It's not one day job, honestly. It's not, and it will keep coming up to you. And the people in your life who brought it up, you will thank them, because they brought it up. Because without it coming up, you still walk away with your wounds, and again bleed on some people who didn't cause it in the first spot. Okay, so let me know if you have any other questions. I think I answered all the questions I got, and I covered what I wanted to cover today. And I'm super grateful and happy for who joined me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. That was such a blessing for me. And again, I answer all questions. Send me your questions, and I am happy to do videos and come live to answer it for you. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of the day, and wish you a life full of love and not fear, because you are worthy and you all deserve the best in your life. And I believe in each one of you. Thank you.